Well, hi everybody. Good morning. Two meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning, the first Monday of June, and move into the unofficial start to summer. But I tell you, we're kind of jumping back into severe weather later on today here. Now we have a weather alert day that's been issued out for the KNOP and the KSMB local 4 viewing areas, as severe weather is going to be possible towards the end of the day. There's not much right now. One thing I will mention though, there have been a couple of spotty showers kind of right in here this morning that have been kind of popping up, then raining themselves out. Nothing threatening severe, but I could see maybe some of these areas here seeing a few spotty showers the next few hours. But really, the focus will be back to the northwest later today, a strong cold front coming through. Now, out ahead of that, we've got very warm, strong winds out of the south and southeast. It's also going to bring in not only warm air, but some juicy air. The dew points are going to get above 60 today, and so there is going to be some humidity out there, a little bit at least. But that is all interacting with a very strong cold front that's going to be sliding southeastward later this afternoon. So after about 3 or 4 o'clock, storms could fire up in a line, say from around Atkinson, O'Neill to about as far west as Ogallala and Grant. And as these get going here, the severe weather threat picks up, especially after supper time. Now, if there are any individual cells, that threat may be early on before this merges into more of a line of storms. But any individual cells have the threat of some large hail, maybe golf ball size, and also maybe an isolated tornado or two. I think if there is a tornado or two, southwest Nebraska right in here would have the best chance of that, especially during the evening hours. Eventually, though, this is going to become a line of storms, and damaging wind gusts over 65 miles per hour will become the primary threat. But again, anything individual, large hail, maybe a little tornado threat, at least for a while, especially if there's a little spin right here, a little bit of extra shear in the atmosphere. So this is why I would really watch southwest Nebraska for the best chance of some of isolated tornadoes here. But damaging wind gusts are a threat through about midnight or so. The other thing is, look at the slow-moving nature of these storms. Let's back this up a little bit here. And you can see the slow-moving nature of these storms could pose a flash flooding threat. We could see some localized heavy rainfall, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of rainfall in a short amount of time, which could produce some isolated flash flooding. Now, the severe weather threat moves out after midnight. The heaviest rains are going to move out as well, but we could still see some light lingering rain tomorrow morning, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. Much cooler, more stable air now in place behind that front. All the severe weather is going to be off to our east and to our southeast tomorrow, but still some lingering showers, lots of clouds, keeping us cool tomorrow, maybe a little sun, especially over the western half of our area. Some sunshine comes out here. So it's going to be a very cool day on Tuesday. Tuesday night, some partial clearing, and then as we get towards Wednesday morning, clouds begin to move back in, and a couple of showers Wednesday morning out west here. We'll see some of that spread eastward as the day goes on. All right, on to the severe weather threat. This is the latest from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. They'll have a new update that comes out just about 8 o'clock this morning. But as of right now, almost all of the area included in a slight risk of severe storms, a marginal risk in the southeast. As these storms slide southeast later tonight, the severe weather threat will come down. But again, most of our area, that level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe storms. Hail threat, especially early on with isolated storms, could be big, maybe up to golf ball size hail. As this slides southeastward, though, the wind threat becomes the bigger issue. Again, damaging wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour. That's going to be probably the biggest threat overall with these severe storms as they do become severe. There is a low-end tornado threat, and again, even though there's a large green area right in here, I would really be watching southwest Nebraska for the best chance of some isolated tornadoes. Then there's the heavy rainfall threat. Now, this is just one forecast model. Keep in mind, this is not an exact science. This is not, just because there are numbers by your town or a certain town out there, does not mean that's how much rain we're going to get. No. You kind of think of ranges, basically. So behind the cold front, probably going to be the lowest amounts of rain here to the north and out west here. Places that are going to get a half of an inch or less. But again, you get in that line of storms here, heavy rainfall starts to fall, and especially out ahead of that, when the storms really start to slow down, then we start talking 1-2 inches of rain easily, and maybe some places where 2, 3, 4 inches of rain, not out of the question, in a short amount of time. So I think we're probably going to see at least a few flash flood warnings out here due to some localized flooding in a few spots. Not all the models are agreeing on exactly where, but this is kind of my best guess right now, is right in the central part of the state. Temperatures today, before these storms even get here, very warm, upper 80s and lower 90s with some strong southerly winds. Again, those winds are going to be pretty strong most of the day today here. And then the focus will turn towards the cold front and the severe weather. And notice that cold front here, a little cooler in northwest Nebraska behind that front. Tonight then, after the storms are cleared out, but maybe still some rain lingers tomorrow morning, 40s and 50s to start off your Tuesday morning, maybe some 60s in southeast Nebraska. A much cooler day tomorrow. Highs only in the 60s. And in fact, with the clouds being thickest and the rain lasting the longest right in here, low and mid 60s for highs. We barely move temperature-wise in Lincoln tomorrow. Maybe some sun comes out here, getting us into the upper 60s in a few spots farther west and northwest. Tomorrow night, down into the 40s for lows, kind of a cool night with some clearing, but then clouds filling back in. A few clouds move in. It will be a little warmer on your Wednesday, though, with 60s and 70s for highs, out ahead of the next chance of rainfall that moves in Wednesday night into Thursday. Wednesday night, 50s for lows. Thursday's going to be a cool day with a decent shot at some rain on Thursday. Let's take a look at the rest of that forecast. Again, we are going to be looking at much cooler air after today. Again, a really good chance of rain tonight, rain and thunderstorms, slight chances Wednesday. Thursday, a pretty decent chance of rain, and then slight chances of rain and thunderstorms Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we do warm up a little bit as we get towards this upcoming weekend, back into the upper 70s and lower 80s, and it does trend a little warmer into next week, back into the, again, upper 70s and lower 80s. Not overly warm, but at the same time, a little warmer than most of what we'll see this week after today. North Platte, again, I have also put you under a weather alert day for today due to the threat of strong storms, as well as possibly some localized flooding. After 4 o'clock, but really more likely after 6 o'clock, you're going to see those thunderstorm chances ramping up. So overnight thunderstorms, rain even into tomorrow morning. Much cooler weather tomorrow. Slight chance of showers Wednesday, especially later in the day Wednesday. A pretty decent chance of rain on Thursday. Slight chances of rain and thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. Temperatures do start to inch back up as we get into the weekend and next week here. So it looks a little bit warmer in the second half of that 10-day forecast. Once we get basically beyond Friday, it starts to warm back up just a little bit. Now, that said, the Climate Prediction Center does have us in the below average category for next week. We'll see. Right now, that's good. There's a lot to be yet to be determined there yet, though. And then they still kind of have us in the near to above average category with precipitation as we inch towards the middle of June. We'll see. Still kind of keeping an eye out beyond mid-June, beyond the halfway point of June, basically. As we move into the 16th, 17th, 18th, beyond, the severe weather threat may actually ramp back up a little bit for our area. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that down the road. But that's over 2 weeks away yet, or about 2 weeks away. So anyway, with that, that's all I have for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching on this Monday morning. Stay tuned to the forecast and keep an eye on things later this afternoon and especially this evening when it comes to that severe weather threat. Meteorologist David Stoltz he'll cut into any programming that needs to be cut into in case there is that threat coming in this evening. And so will Justin Kraft out there at KNOP as well here. So with that, I'm going to let you all go for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again on Tuesday morning. Take care, and God bless.